Dr. Jeff Spencer here. Isn't this just absolutely a phenomenal sculpture? This is almost like the ultimate summary of the human race, as it is for the Tour de France. Just an amazing sculpture here that really says it all. You can see on the right there where we begin life. It's a little bit of a climb, a little bit of struggle as we find our way through our formative years here, and then things start to level out as we start to develop into adolescence and start to develop our independence, and then we have a little downhill ride there before we start the ultimate climb of life towards the summit there. And this is where we're learning life's skills, we're developing the ability and the confidence to be able to become our own person. Then ultimately at the summit, then we race downhill. We've finally gotten to a point in life where we're able to hold our own, and that's where we forge forward towards the finish line. Just an amazing sculpture that says so many different things here. And that being said, the thing that I need to say most is that I've got to get back to the bus here, so I'll talk while I'm running back to the bus. Okay, here we are. Man, got to hustle back here. I feel like the guy's climbing the wall here to try to keep up with everything. And only to say that, again, this journey that repeats itself day in and day out here requires an incredible persistence and a resilience. And if you don't have persistence and resilience, it's very difficult to get anywhere, because every day the dimmer switch in terms of one's energy and one's changing fortunes, either good or bad, are ever present there. And the key element right now is to not prophesize what we believe the outcome is going to be, because when we self-prophesize, all too often it's a prophecy on the downside, all the things that may not happen. And we need to place our trust in our abilities and our hopes and in our dreams, and we need to find ways to be able to keep that momentum moving forward. I've seen so many times where people's lives have already been written in their own minds before they even get there, and it has discounted their capacity to such an extent that sometimes they never actually grow into it. Well, here I am back at the bus. So I actually made it in advance of the bus driver here. And the other points that I wanted to make in regard to this is that when we have incredible persistence and we don't prophesize the future, we actually invite into our lives opportunities that we couldn't give ourselves, because from one moment to the next we really don't know what's going to happen, because each footstep that we put in front of ourselves is creating a critical mass eventually, and you never know when that next footstep that you're going to make is the one that hits that critical mass that creates that convergence of events and opportunities that take our lives to an entirely different level. And there are so many times where the mind wants to give up, and we should never let that happen, because that one step is always around the corner, and that's why we need to keep moving one step in front of the other. And that's what all the champions do, and that's what the riders are doing right now. In this very first mountain stage, they are pedaling up this grueling grade. They've got 3 of them today, and just the incredible amount of difficulty and challenge that they face right now may seem insurmountable at times, but what they do and what their mindset is keep putting one foot in front of the other, because you never know who's going to crack when. And as long as we can keep putting one foot in front of the other, it means that we're still in the game, and hitting that critical mass is that one magic point that happens in our lives that takes us to an entirely different level. And when we do that, the belief in self dramatically escalates. That's where we can help empower others through example. That's how we can share with others the most important thing, and that's hope and belief of a better future by putting one foot in front of the other. This is Dr. Jeff Spencer saying again, thanks for joining this tactic, and I look forward to sharing with you our next one. So until then, ride big and ride strong. We'll see you then.